Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Greetings. Welcome back to another episode of the Science of Farming. We are so excited to have you all with us today. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there's no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger. I greet our beautiful audience and our guests and Sister Melody, in the greeting words of peace and paradise of Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I pray you all are doing well.
Walaikum salam.
Yes, sir. We have such an exciting show today. We are excited to have with us our dear brother Donald, and he's here to talk to us today all about chickens. And as our audience knows, we always talk about how the minister has encouraged us to grow our own food. So that's what this show is about. Growing your own food, and part of that food growing is actually eggs. You're eating eggs, you're growing your chickens. So Brother Donald, who's very, very skilled in this area, is going to talk to us about this. So just to give us a little bit of information about Brother Donald, I'll ask Sister Melody to take it from here.
Okay, sis. Yeah, Brother Donald, we're honored to have you. I met you some years back when you visited Philadelphia, and you were traveling to, help distribute the nation bread. And I know we started working together then. We did some work together and been working off and on ever since. And I admire all the work that you do, from construction work to mentoring, and then growing food, of course, and following the instructions of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing now, Brother Donald?
Yes, ma'am. I was originally born in New Orleans, Louisiana, but my family was from Mississippi. I've been around chickens my whole life. And for the last 40 years, I raised chickens. My daughter, I'm actually working for her right now. She hatched her first chick when she was in first grade, and she's 26 now. So we have a farm here in Fairburn, Georgia. We have 20 acres. We have 200 chickens. And wow. It's a beautiful journey to take, because chickens can be profitable and they're a good source of food.
Yes, they are. And so we have so many questions with all of that history and years of experience, Brother Donald. We know that the price of chicken, I was telling Sister Melody on one of our other shows, I went to buy some organic free-range chicken eggs, or free-range eggs, $10 for a dozen. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Now, Brother Donald, can you tell us?
And the thing is about...
Yes. Go ahead,
I was saying the thing about those eggs too, you can never tell how old they are when they're in the store. Sometimes eggs in the store are up to 2 and 3 months old. They refrigerate them and keep them a long time. And even when they say they're free range, they're not always organic. I don't let my chickens eat worms or anything. They're vegetarian fed, but some people feed them larvae or different things, and I don't consider that as vegetarian fed. And you can taste it in the egg.
So speaking of feeding, what do you feed when you say vegetarians? What kind of food?
Well, I grow cabbage. I grow mustard greens. They eat mustard greens and cabbage they love, but I feed them oats, different grains.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Brother
and
Donald,
peas, millet. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to know, I want to just get started because, I had an experience with the chickens, but for somebody like our audience that really want to start growing, raising layers, that's what you call your chickens, layers? Because
Yes, ma'am.
layers are for eggs and broilers are
Well, for meat, yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Well,
So
I selected the Rhode Island Red for eggs because they have the very nicest eggs. They're large, they're clean. The birds themselves are very aggressive, but yet they have the biggest and tastiest eggs. In the 1930s, the Barb Rock was the most prominent chicken. They were called dual purpose. Therefore, they can be used for meat.
Your sound went out, Brother Donald. Can you speak again?
Can you hear me now?
Now,
yes, sir.
Yeah, my screen is saying technical difficulties. Yeah, I started raising the Rhode Island Reds because they have the best eggs. They're aggressive chicken, and yet they have really beautiful eggs with large, dark brown eggs. The Barb Rock has a lighter color egg, but they're considered a dual purpose chicken. They can be used for meat or for eggs. And I actually breed those. We have a rooster named Freedom, and he's our breeder. So I breed Barb Rock eggs on a regular basis every month.
Yes, sir. So starting at the beginning of the process.
So how many roosters do you have?
Right.
I have one rooster for every 25 chickens in the roost.
Okay.
I have three different breeds. I have the Rhode Island Red, the Barb Rock, and the Buff Orpington. The Buff Orpington is a very quiet bird. I'd recommend them for people who live in the city or somewhere where there's around a lot of people because they're very quiet. Rhode Island Reds are loud, and also the Barb Rocks are loud.
So there are many different varieties of chickens. So if somebody's just getting started, what's some of the first things they should do?
Well, I only deal with heritage birds that are from the 1600s and forward. Wow. Because there are a lot of genetically modified chickens. Whoa. They lay blue eggs, green eggs, but in the long run, they're genetically modified. So I try to stay with chickens that were originally brought here in the 15 and 1600s.
Okay, and brother, you're saying that they're called heritage chickens?
Heritage chickens, yeah, older breeds.
Okay.
See, what they did is they've been giving chickens vaccines and hormones that make them not be able to go broody. When chickens were used in the old days, chickens after a certain period of time, they would start laying eggs and they would sit on the eggs themselves and hatch them. Now they make it so that they don't sit on chickens. So they call that's called going broody. So they give them vaccines and hormones that stop them, just like they do with women, as a form of birth control. So I don't recommend that. We just have a few of our hens that actually went broody because it's something that's in the system that they made into the chicken. They genetically modified it and they just don't do it. Some of them will actually peck at and try to hurt the chicks.
Wow. So how many, with a farm that size, how many eggs are you producing per day?
We have about 120 eggs a day.
Wow.
See,
and then chickens, what are you doing with the eggs?
The Rhode Island Red produces 280 eggs a year. Ma'am?
Yeah, I was asking, what do you do with the eggs once you collect the eggs?
Okay, the Barb Rocks, I reproduce. I put them in the incubator and I make baby chicks. But the Rhode Island Red, I sell the eggs. I have 2 restaurants that a grit and egg restaurant, and they buy the eggs for their customers. And then to the believers, I sell a lot of believers buy eggs.
So,
go ahead, Sister.
Go ahead, sis.
I know we both have so many questions.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that if the people in the audience wanted to buy some of the heritage chickens,
right?
Can we contact you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I produce at least 200 to 300 chicks every month.
Wow.
So now, do you prefer people to buy the chicks?
Yeah, we have an incubator that will incubate 1,000. We just don't have that many eggs. So, I'm sorry, ma'am. What did you say?
Now, I just wanted to know if you think if you just getting started, should a person purchase the chicks that you just hatched like a week old, like they sell them at Trader, the store, trade builder traders or something, or should they get the eggs and do them in an incubator?
Well, it depends. If you go in the incubator, you have to have a fertile egg. See, all eggs are not fertile. The eggs that we sell to our customers to eat are not fertile eggs. They have not been exposed to a rooster. When you want eggs to reproduce, you have to expose a hen to a rooster. And after 10 days of being with the rooster, she'll start laying eggs that are fertile.
Gotcha. Rashida?
Yeah, I was thinking about, because I heard that you were saying that the Rhode Island, they are very loud and they're aggressive. So are they attacking each other? Are they attacking the little chicks? What are they attacking?
They will attack each other. They will attack each other. The females will fight.
Oh, wow.
A lot of roosters will separate them and stop them from fighting. But the Barb Rocks tend to not do it as much as the Rhode Island Reds don't do it as much. I actually see my Rhode Island Red rooster allowing the chickens to fight. But the Barb Rocks they're cleaner, they're more organized, and he doesn't allow. I have a rooster named Freedom. He doesn't allow his hens to fight. Whenever they start fighting, he goes in between them and stops it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, we do have some slides with us. So I'd like to take a look at the slides because you've named a few of the chicken groups, but I want to take a look at them. And if you can identify as the slides come up, just educate us on exactly what we're looking at. That would be so helpful.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
So yes, what do we have here, Brother Donald?
Okay, that's the gray ones are the Barb Rock. The gold ones are the Buff Orpingtons.
Okay. And are those? Can you tell if those are all? I mean, how do you tell the females from the males?
The male is much taller. He's much heavier. So he has a different comb, and he's always taller than the female.
Okay.
The hens are short and plump.
Okay.
And the male is usually tall and lean.
And they don't fight. Now there's a mixed breed in there, so they don't fight among each other like that, being from different groups.
Well, the Barb Rock is one of the few chickens that you can tell the male and the female from birth.
Oh,
most you have to wait until they're several weeks old to determine whether it's a boy or a girl. But the Barb Rock, when they're born, you can tell whether it's a male or a female.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, and then our next slide. That's Sister Melody, right, Sister Melody?
Yeah, and that's Brother Robert there. And the young farmer that we had on your show.
Yes.
Ahmad, and is that your daughter right there, isn't it, brother?
Yeah, that's my daughter Khadijah. Yes.
Right. We were admiring all the chickens, and most of them was the Rhode Island
And the chickens
Reds.
you see there, those are Rhode Island Reds. Those are the egg producers.
Now, those are the aggressive ones, right?
Yes, they are. But they have the best eggs. I started off with them.
Yes, sir.
Sister
And you know what,
Melody, this picture is when we first started. Man.
Yes. It's so funny because when I'm looking at these chickens, I'm thinking about videos I've seen where chickens actually chase people. And it's usually the red ones that are chasing.
Yeah, my roosters will chase you. They will try to hurt you too. They're very aggressive.
Wow.
Because we have foxes, we have coyotes, we have hawks, we have bobcats, we have all type of predators. So they have to be pretty tough.
And that's what I was going to ask you about the predators. How with them roaming free, how do you protect them from the predators?
Well, we have nets in the front of each one of our barns so that the hawks cannot fly down. Then I put reflective stickers and different things all around the farm so it kind of distorts the light so they can't see very well.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I apologize. That's my dogs in the background.
Yes, sir. Now, again, we're trying to help those who are interested in having chickens. So, how many chickens, if someone does live in a city, how many chickens do you recommend they have?
You have 2 chickens for every person in the house.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You should have 2 hens. I'm sorry, ma'am. I recommend 2 hens for every person in the house. That way you can be guaranteed to have at least 2 eggs for each person every day.
Okay.
I wanted to. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sister Melody. I just wanted to wrap up with this one question. What about space? About how much space would you need?
Snakes?
Let's just say if you have 3 people, yes. How much space do you need to have the chickens? Because if most people live in the city, so I guess some people are thinking their backyard is not large enough.
You need approximately 2 square feet per bird.
Okay.
And I have snakes. So we have guineas. Guineas, they kill snakes, and I use my guineas as watch animals. They're the first one to know when there's a hawk coming, and if they see a snake, they will get it. They eat ticks and fleas also.
I'm so glad you said that, because when I visited a chicken farm, that was the one thing that the farmers talked about: snakes, that the snakes try to come in and get the eggs. So it's good to know that you have guineas. Yeah, that you have guineas to combat that. I didn't know that guineas can do that.
Yes, ma'am. Now, guineas aren't good in the city because they make a lot of noise.
Okay.
They want to allow you to have them in the city. We're in a rural area, but in the city, It's very difficult to have guineas.
So with 200 chickens, about how many guineas do you have?
So I couldn't hear you, ma'am.
I was saying, with about 200 chickens, how many guineas do you have?
4. I have 2 guineas. Guineas, they mate for life, a male and a female. So I have them 1 pair in every barn. Because I have 2 barns and I have 1 breeding coop.
Okay. Yes, sir.
He answered my question. I was going to talk about the guineas, because I know when we were there, you couldn't find one of them, or one got lost or somebody might have came and
Yeah,
snatched it up.
guineas can fly and they're very independent. So sometimes a female will go out in the field and lay her eggs. They lay their eggs in tall grass. The ones I have now lay the eggs right alongside the chicken, so they're easy to deal with. But you have to raise them from young to get them to do that.
Okay. Well, we do have some more pictures, so we're going to move on to our next picture and tell us what we're looking at. Beautiful bird, beautiful birds. This is on another section of your farm, right?
Yeah, that's the Buff Orpington. Those
Beautiful.
are the quiet birds. I recommend those for people who live in the city. Not the rooster, but the hens, because the rooster is very aggressive. But I have roosters in order to reproduce the chickens.
Right.
But
yes,
if you
sir.
just want eggs, you can get 3 feet. If you just want eggs, you get 2 females for every person in the house, and they'll provide you with eggs. They produce about 260 eggs a year each.
Wait, you don't need a rooster? If you have the chickens, you don't need a rooster?
No, you only use a rooster when you want to reproduce the bird. See, you have to think, women go through a monthly thing where the eggs drop. Chickens go through 260 times a year, and they drop eggs.
I understand. That makes sense. Makes sense.
So
I didn't know that.
You don't have to have a male to. Yeah, you don't have to. Only time you need a rooster is when you want to reproduce those birds.
Good to know. Good to know. Our next picture. Oh, yeah, this is a closer picture. Now, what are they doing there, Brother Donald? Uh-oh, we lost Brother Donald.
They're a dust bath. They take the dust and go under their wings and stuff in order to kill mites and ticks and stuff.
Very industrious. Now, do you have to give them? You give them water, right? You provide water,
or they don't need? Yes, ma'am. They have to have plenty of water.
Okay. Okay. And our next picture.
That's my dog in the background. She sees something outside. Those are the eggs. Those are Rhode Island red eggs. We sell them. The Junior FOI sells those like that.
Oh, that is so nice. And you're right, Brother Donald. They are beautiful.
Oh, sister, they are gorgeous eggs. They really are beautiful.
Sister Melody, you have anything? Uh-oh, we lost Sister Melody. So, Brother Donald, if someone wanted to purchase chickens, where did they normally go?
Most people go to Tractor Supply, or you can go to your local feed store. Or, our first ones, we got ours from Pennsylvania, and they mailed them to us. See, the post office ships live chickens.
I did not know that.
We got 50. Oh, yes, ma'am. Look, we ordered the 50 babies, day old, and they shipped them. And when they got to the post office, they called us, and we went and picked them up. They've been shipping chickens for years, since the early 1900s.
Wow.
When they first had the post office.
How long is the shipping process?
1 to 2 days. See, when the baby chick is born, he eats the afterbirth that's inside of the egg. And that holds him for at least 2 to 3 days. He doesn't need to eat.
Okay. Wow. That's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, so when you get the little chicks, you have to do anything right away to them, or you can transition them to the rest of the other chickens?
Yeah, you have to put them in a brooder first, because baby chicks are born, they're usually at 100 degrees. So you put them in a brooder. Brooder maintains the temperature at least 100 degrees. Then every day you lower it 5 degrees until they're able to go outside.
Wow, very, very interesting.
That's a flat 2.5 dozen eggs. That's why we normally sell our eggs at 2.5 dozen.
And about how much does that flat cost?
In the beginning, we were doing it for $10. Now it's like 15.
Yeah, I can understand that, but that's still a great price. Absolutely, that's still a great price, because I was sharing with you that just to get a dozen, it was $10 here, for a dozen eggs. Yes. So, Brother Donald, how can they get in touch with you if they wanted to order? So, if they ordered chickens, can you ship them the chickens or the chicks?
Yes, ma'am. If it's a small amount, we don't ship a lot. I only ship less than 50 and below.
Okay, yes, sir.
So we don't sell our hens.
Yes, right. So as we wrap up the show, tell us how we can get in touch with you and order these chickens. Or do you also order ship eggs?
No, ma'am. At this time, we don't ship eggs because we had problems with shipping them. Because people do not respect packages at the post office and UPS and those places. So they'll just throw them, and eggs are very delicate.
Yes, sir. Okay, so tell us.
I can ship fertile eggs for a person who wants to put them in an incubator. We ship those. There's styrofoam containers that we can put the eggs in, and they can ship those.
Yes, sir. And so how do they get in touch with you, Brother Donald?
Okay. 773 630 1632.
1632. And that's to order chickens, the little chicks? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm going to have to exit. That's my dog barking. There could be a fox or something outside. I have to go put my chickens in.
Well, the timing is perfect.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. So please,
thank you. I'm sorry about the difficulties we have. Maybe we can do it over again, and we can get a better reception for everybody. On the farm, we have terrible reception for.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much. Wa alaikum salam, sir. Sister Melody, he gave us a lot of information.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
Of knowledge.
Yes, he is, and I'm so happy that
Donald knows.
Yes, I'm so happy we were able to get a phone number. Yes, ma'am. I'm happy we were able to get a number from him so that our audience can get in touch with him. And we're going to get ready to close down. We're right at the end. Do you have anything you want to add before we close out?
Thankful, I know that so many things are going on. When you're on farms, people got to realize sometimes the reception is not the best. So that's going to happen. Unfortunately, with the farmers, they don't have all the highest tech, high-speed internet. So I thank, everybody for their patience.
Right. Again, an informative show. And we look forward to having our audience join us again next week. We're always excited. We're always going to continue to grow and encourage each other along the growth process. And we hope that you all have a beautiful evening. And we greet you all in the greeting words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sis.